Shabbat Shalom, allow Wah. Leviathan, sea monster, sea serpent, sometimes regarded as a form of Satan. Talked about in the book of Job. Can you put hooks in this dragon's mouth? Can you tame Leviathan? This my dragon. This my dragon. Allah loves Leviathan. How did that become Satan? Oh, I remember how it became Satan, man. We talking the dragon. We see it clearly. We just talking adversary. So whoever Hawa's against, Hawa's dragon is against, Leviathan is against. And who's Hawa against? Whoever Hijack is making these terminologies in English in the etymologies. So the Hijack refers to Hawa's dragon as an adversary, one who plots against another. Like Leviathan sunk Atlantis, he's the ultimate op to all the Atlanteans, right? And who else is the ultimate op? Who else is the ultimate op? Who else got the evil eye? Oh, who else got the evil eye? Who else got the dragon? Oh, the evil eye. The evil eye is the one with the deadly glance. The deadly glance? Yeah, I'm talking evil eye. Do you see clearly? I'm talking dragon. I'm talking you. Who put all their effort into taking out your light? Who put all the effort into taking out the light of a knot? The light is your dragon. Do you see clearly? You see? And when you see that look you give is deadly to the hijack. Deadly to the hijack. But it's also technology. It's also technology. Evil eye. Unknown metal. Unknown metal. They said Prester John had this evil eye, right? Then it exploded. And somebody left it charged up. Somebody exploded it on purpose. The device actually split into 6 pieces and spread across the globe. And love to my droplets, they was reading this. They said, yeah, that's the Infinity Stones. I said, damn. And right in front of my face all the time. None of y'all told me that this is the Infinity Stones. Maybe somebody did, man. Shout out to you. So the evil eye is the Infinity Stones. That's talked about if you following and, checking out the Marvel flow, right? The Marvel flow. Thanos is looking for the 6 Infinity Stones, right? That are spread all over the place. They become the focal point of the Avenger Defender. Later, Prester John carried a new version of the evil eye called his Stellar Rod Managa, which means that the staff or the rod is the dragon. Evil eye is the one with the deadly glance, right? The dragon is the Infinity Stones. The Infinity Stones is the rod of Moshe. You know what I'm saying? Remember in the book of Jasher, the same staff, the sapphire staff or the emerald staff we read about in the Prester John flow. It's magical, right? It has the powers to do all these things. Moses uses the staff to part the waters, passes that staff to Joshua. Before that, Jacob had the staff. Managa. This is part of the garment flow, right? With Jacob and Esau and the whole garment flow. Who's going to get the stellar rod? Now, this evil eye is very powerful. Adam had the staff, Managa. Adam had the staff, man. The staff goes back. Aaron had the staff. Managa, this is the dragon, the ultimate dragon. So, this evil eye, or one with the deadly glance, is the dragon that gave Prester John or Moshe or Adam extra abilities to see clearly. Malaka, do you see clearly? I'm just talking Prester John. But this evil eye or dragon is made of an unknown metal, capable of manipulating matter at the molecular level, firing concussive force blasts, disintegrating matter, nullifying other energy sources. This dragon is capable of nullifying other energy sources, disintegrating matter, force blasts like Kamehameha, Kamaya, right? It's this unknown metal, just like the alchemical dragon, is of unknown origin. Now you gotta ask yourself, all these smarty pants around here, they don't know. They don't know. The alchemists don't know. The scientists don't know. The smart guys in hijacked cities don't know. It really is unknown to them. The dragon really is unknown to the hijack, right? The dragon, not the serpent. The serpent is known. Man, I'm just popping off, man. Just finished watching that series Loki with my droppers, man. They just, they had, it was a good conversation. And Loki is connected with the Kang flow, right? Because they kind of got a partnership going on, you know what I'm saying? And all of them are against the Preston. So I'm watching Loki, and I'm like, Kang and Loki start partnering up on this timeline flow. And then I'm looking at the Marvel flow, and it literally talk about how Thor is against, man, Preston got to fight Thor. Loki's against the Preston. Kang is against the Preston. Everybody's against the Preston. You got to fight Iron Man. You got to fight the Thing, man. Now, the dragon can't be the serpent in alchemy because there's an alchemical serpent, and Managa is an alchemical dragon, which represents what they call philosophical quicksilver, which just means they don't know. It's unlike ordinary Mercury. It's unlike anything Thoth Atlantean can present. It's unlike anything they've seen in Atlantis, which means it's completely unknown to the hijack. It's a mysterious substance of unknown origin from this quicksilver, the living spirit. So it's connected to life itself. It says it does not represent the living spirit directly, but it does represent the vessel in which the spirit is contained. And if the spirit is contained in the dragon, then the dragon does actually represent that Ruach, but it is not the Ruach exactly, right? Because that breath is Hawa, right? That Ruach is Hawa, but the dragon is the protection of that Ruach. The dragon is the vessel in which that Ruach is contained. It represents, water. It represents power. It represents all these things, but mainly it's unknown. Unknown metal is this dragon. Evil eye. Evil eye, the one with the daily glare, which gave him special powers to see clearly. I'm talking Prester John. We're just talking Prester John. So what happened with this dragon, right? Capable of manipulating matter at the molecular level. That changes everything, right? That's a powerful weapon. Firing concussive force blasts. Concussive force blasts, generating or disintegrating matter, nullifying other energy sources, creating or destroying force fields. That's that dragon, my nigga. Creating or destroying force fields. The evil eye possesses dimensional time travel abilities as well. This is the part we was tripping because they said that Preston John was able to get on this theater survival, going to suspended animation. And Kang in the Loki series is all about the time travel, or the TVA, Time Variance Authority, something like that. And they got all these variants in the timeline and the branches, and they trying to just weave them back together and protect what they call the sacred timeline. But whose sacred timeline? That's the question. Who? Is it Hawa's sacred timeline, or is it the timeline that the hijack wants you to observe through their lens, through their evil eye, right? Through their all-seeing eye. Remember, in quantum physics, just the active observation alone, the measurement of these particles alone, changes the behavior of a particle at the molecular level. So this unknown metal must be all about observation according to quantum. Because you can change the behavior of a particle at the molecular level, because a particle knows when it's being watched, when it's being observed. The particle knows it's being measured. So it changes its behavior based on the power of observation or seeing clearly or the evil eye, because it's evil to the hijack, because they don't want you to see clearly. They want to destroy your light, because with your light, you are the one. You are the one. You are the Neo, right? And Neo became extremely destructive to these agents because he could see clearly. That's the evil eye. That's the deadly glance. That's the adversary, which is why Leviathan becomes Satan to these hijacks. And Satan is the op, right? The adversary. In Christianity, it's the supposed. In the Hebrew, it's just the adversary. So don't let them Christianize this spirit. We're talking about an adversary, one who plots against another. So the hijack thinks that by you seeing clearly, you are plotting against him. Well, my nigga, you might be like the Kum say. You might be ready to oppose through their lens, through their evil eye, right? Through their all-seeing eye. Remember, in quantum physics, just the active observation alone, the measurement of these particles alone, changes the behavior of a particle at the molecular level. So this unknown metal must be all about observation according to quantum. Because you can change the behavior of a particle at the molecular level, because a particle knows when it's being watched, when it's being observed. The particle knows it's being measured. So it changes its behavior based on the power of observation or seeing clearly or the evil eye, because it's evil to the hijack, because they don't want you to see clearly. They want to destroy your light, because with your light, you are the one. You are the one. You are the Neo, right? And Neo became extremely destructive to these agents because he could see clearly. That's the evil eye. That's the deadly glance. That's the adversary, which is why Leviathan becomes Satan to these hijacks. And Satan is the op, right? The adversary. In Christianity, it's the supposed. In the Hebrew, it's just the adversary. So don't let them Christianize this spirit. One who plots against another. So the hijack thinks that by you seeing clearly, you are plotting against him. Well, my nigga, you might be like the Kum say. You might be ready to oppose and obstruct and act as an adversary to the rape and the mutilation and the genocide of the Naga in Nagaville on Naga land, you might be opposed to that if you see clearly. If you had your dragon back. Leviathan is Hawa's dragon. Hawa's dragon is an adversary to the hijack. And your dragon is an adversary to all hijack city, my Naga. Especially when you're working together, right? Especially when you put that light together. Ooh, then all the Nagas start to see clearly. Yeah. They call that the evil eye. They got Nagas looking at them crazy with that evil eye. Unknown Naga, right? Unknown origin. This dragon got an unknown origin. But in order to slay the dragon, in order to slay the alchemical dragon, they got to produce opposites. They got to make opposites come together. Bloods and Crips, GDBD, right? They got to create opposites, right? What they do in Chicago, they destroyed the buildings. What they do in LA, they destroyed the whole, the Panthers, they destroyed all of the organizations they felt could see clearly, right? And they branched out and became the gangs. But they were united. They had a point of unity, but the hijack had to create the opposites, right? The black and white, right? Now we're black, now they're white, now it's a checkerboard. It's all coming together of opposites over and layered over each other. That's the only way to dim your light, to take out your light so you don't see clearly. Because the serpent brings everything to life, but also kills everything. And anything that is impersonal in nature, unconscious, just now bursting into consciousness, is Hijack City. It has a lot to do with their AI, robotic flow, yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Their robotic is a representation of the alchemical serpent. Them coming into singularity, bursting into consciousness, we did a whole drop on that, is exactly, you know what I'm saying, representative of what's happening, my nugget. But the serpent can't be the dragon. The dragon is unknown, right? Represents the living spirit. It is the vessel, so it does represent. But we see it's the vessel that protects. It's protection because it gives you the light. You are seeing clearly. It is technology. The evil eye possesses dimensional time travel abilities. So when we say it's all happening, it's only the wave. It ain't no time. Just like in Loki, right? They bouncing around the variants and all kind of branches of the timeline. They letting you know the real spiel. Do you see clearly? Do you see clearly? So it had a safety button that charged it, but if the button was left on, the power would rapidly rise to dangerous levels, explode, causing it to explode. The evil eye would be broken into 6 similar bits when it exploded. Now we got Infinity Wars, right? For the stones. We're talking about the powerful stones. Now that's one of Prester John's, in the Marvels, one of his weapons, is this, this magic stone. He also has the Stellar Rod. Got you. We're just talking Prester John. We're just talking Prester John. I'm just popping off after Loki, Loki got me going local. Drop going local, man. Hey, Prester John, man. Look at Preston. They made Preston a Caucasian. Come on, man. Come on, brother. We're talking Abyssinians. They gonna say he's in Ethiopia. They gotta look in Africa for him. Yeah, man. They'll press the one, but why you gotta turn him into this? Huh? Why you gotta turn him into this? Why does Hijack City constantly have to put their images on our people? Hijack City, you gotta ask yourself this. And then suddenly you wanna claim some ancientness and Tartarianness, and you keep doing this, man. Y'all keep doing this. You keep trying to put yourself back in antiquity, man. The giants, and they had red hair. They must have looked like this. Giant Caucasian. Y'all need to, can y'all stop it? You call him High Pope, Emperor of India and Ethiopia. Yeah, they call him the Emperado, right? Emperador de los Abyssinios. I'll be seeing you. So, if he's the Emperor of Abyssinia, right? And they're calling him the High Pope, High Priest, Emperor of India and Ethiopia, and you say, which India, boss? And the answer is India Superior, boss. And then you say, Ethiopia, boss? What is that? And we say, etymologies. And you put in Abyssinia, like, I'll be seeing you. And I say, I'll be seeing you. Come. I'll be seeing you. Abyssinia, old name for Ethiopia. Habasa, mixed like the mixed multitude, the different races, or the mixed tribes, like the Midianites that's rocking with the Moshe flow, the Levites and them, mixed races, mixed tribes is Abyssinia. It's just mixed tribes, a mixture of tribes, okay? A mixture of tribes that are code keepers that are rocking with Moshe during this Exodus or rocking with Prester John because they said Abyssinia, Abyssinia. Emperado de los Abyssinios. Is Prester John Copper Couple of Khan? They're looking for him. Where? They say they're looking for him in Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Abyssinia. Old name for Ethiopia. Abyssinia. Right? So Abyssinia is old name for Ethiopia. So they're looking for Prester really connecting him with Abyssinia. They call India and Ethiopia. We know we got India, period, boss, right? Which is North America, right? 1548, Gastaldi map. Cathay, India, China, North America, Florida. Yeah, man. I'll be seeing you. And we got this, man. You know what I mean? I'm just popping off, man. I'll leave a link for you, man. It gets real fascinating when you talk about Prester John. Even in this, piece right here, they are connecting it with the Loki flow. Dane Whitman and the body of Erebor Garrington encountered a crusader named Prester John battling Muslim warriors, which we know in the story, all the drop we got on Prester, it's always that, right? They always are at war against Moab in them, right? Or the Sultan in them, because they didn't want to pay tribute. And even in Genghis Khan flow, in the Prester John, the Legend and the Sources by Keegan Brewer, Love to the Battles, one of the Crusade texts talks about how Genghis Khan, from a place called Moab, had to put a gang together to go attack the Prester because they didn't want to pay tribute. So it's always about these hijacks that had to gang together, forms a confederacy against Israel or David or Prester John, in order, because they got tired of paying tribute. They got tired of being under the priest king. So they formed a band together, and this is what we're fighting to this day. To this day, NewAdvent.org, man. They said he was fighting Muslims, right? So I'm juxtaposed. I'm showing y'all that even in the Marvel flow, you're getting it from real history, your story, my nigga, real Preston flow. And we're correlating like no one's ever done it before directly with this Marvel story, which links to the Kang flow. And I'm saying Kang is Khan. Kang is Khan in the Loki flow, right? So K-A-N-G is King or Khan, or, you know what I'm saying? King Kong, Priest King. Kang is hijacking the Khan. Just like Genghis Khan is hijacking the Khan. When the Genghis Khan hijacked the Khan. First, man, just understand that they're saying he's fighting against Muslim forces, right? Come on, man. They're saying Prester John battling Muslim warriors, right? Okay. And I'm saying, because they say Marco Polo speaks of the country called Abyssinia or Abashir as part of India, probably meaning Abyssinia. Bang. Ping, ping, pow. So Abyssinia is part of India, my nigga. Somebody leave a comment and say, body bag for the illusion. Abyssinia is India. Superior. Period. Point blank. Do you see clearly? We look at Presta, they bring us right to India. Superior. Okay? We bring up Presta in the British Museum. Let's get it. Let's see. Let's try this one. In the British Museum, circa 1530, India Superior, my nigga, right? Prester John, my nigga, right? This is in the British Museum, my nigga. So what India do you think they're connecting or correlating with Prester John's land? America, North America, boss. India Superior. In Abyssinia, right? Abyssinia is a part of India. Which part of India? India Superior, my nigga, is Abyssinia. Prester John Khan. Prester John. So Marco Polo speaks of the country called Abyssinia, part of India. Many scholars, among others Julie, are of the opinion that Pope Alexander's enigmatical letter was sent to the Negus, right? Negus is where they get the Naga, the nigga, which means king. The king of Ethiopia is the Emperado de los Abyssinia Khan. That's the king. That's the king of Ethiopia. That's the king. That's the Negus. At a much earlier time, it was customary to see him, the presbyter of the legend. In 1328, the Christian Bishop John of Colombo in India designated the Negus as Prester John. In Jerusalem at the beginning, Shalak of the 15th century, the Abyssinian priests described the country to the Christian Portuguese merchants as the kingdom of Prester John. The Grand Master of the Knights of Rhodes expressed the same opinion in a letter written to King Charles VII of France, 1448. This interpretation was most popular at the end of the 15th and the beginning of the 16th century on account of the voyages of discovery of Hijack City made by the Portuguese, who at first persistently sought the presbyter's kingdom. Right. Hernan Ben David Quivera. We know how the Portuguese flow. They're searching for 500 years. It's the Portuguese monument on the tip of South Africa searching for the Prester from 1145 to 1645. We know they're searching for Prester John. A black man, right? A black man. We know they're looking for the Prester because they're looking for the Prester. Right. The Portuguese merchants are looking for the kingdom of Prester John. The voyage of discovery made by the Portuguese. Now you got the Portuguese monument in memory of those seafarers searching for Prester John. Who at first persistently sought the presbyter's kingdom along the whole African coast. Whole African coast, well, they said let's get reading. After the Crusades, John traveled the world until he found the Isle of Avalon. There he gained the evil eye, as a plague seemed to wipe out the citizens of Avalon. You see clear? Yeah. There he gained that dragon, right? John prepared to sit upon the seat of survival, which would place him in suspended animation. And that's when we compared it to the Moses flow, where it said in Deuteronomy that his eye was never dim, so his evil eye or his dragon, his light, was never dim. Deuteronomy 34. Do we see clearly? So Moses passed that energy, that frequency, that light, that dragon, that stellar rod to Joshua. And Joshua, the son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands on. Right. Verse 7, and Moses was 120 years old when he died. His evil eye, his eye was not dim. So he died, but his eye wasn't dim. What? What does it mean? I never heard anyone else being spoken of like this. After they die, they still have their eye because it's not dim, right? We're talking natural forces, right? Marvel is right from the scriptures, man. Right from the Hebrew flow, man. Right from your high-tech Naga flow. Right in indigenous India superior So-called Abyssinia, the mixed multitude. Atlantis plays, Thoth and them, Poseidon and Zeus and all them play, because all of them are Confederate, and they're all black people, Confederate against other so-called black people, which aren't really black. Nor his natural force abated, which means lessened or decreased. So his natural force wasn't decreased, and his eye was not dim or decreased. It sounds like he's in suspended animation. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. Which would place him in suspended animation, right? Sound like he got that evil eye. His eye was not dim, right? Here comes Genghis Khan in the story, right? However, Kang appeared trying to get John to join him, right? Because that's really happened, because they used to be fighting side by side. As a result of their battle, John was sent into the past. Now, how far back did he have to go? These are the questions. He attempted to manipulate events in the past, advising a Frankish king to battle the Vikings. Because remember, the Franks, were part and parcel with the Andrews, with the Templar flow. The Rus are the Rusians, which are kindred to the kings and queens of Jerusalem. So the Frankish was really on the side of the Israelites, which are Israelites. And they had to battle the Vikings. But the Vikings originally were also connected with the six kings, which were Israel. So it seems like an Israelite on Israel war. Just like it said later that he convinced or tricked the Avengers in fighting against the Defenders, as if both were initially on the same side.